Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40k Universe. I am your host Gershwan and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue with part 2 of the Xenos race, the Squats. We're also going to be talking about the Demiurg. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let's get into 40 facts about the Squats and the Demiurg. The Squats are the most human-like of the abhuman races, standing about 2/3 the height of a normal human, at 4 feet tall, with a stocky, powerful build. Their hair is very strong and fast-growing, and most Squats cultivate short, pointed beards, or at least mustaches and sideburns. Despite their short, thick-fingered hands, Squats have a very high degree of manual dexterity, and are able to operate the most intricate machinery with ease. Squats are extraordinarily long-lived by normal human standards. A lifespan of 300 Terran years is normal, and some Squats, known as Ancestor Lords, are often so ancient that their true age can only be guessed. Squats are an honorable race, but they are also very short-tempered. In battle, they are renowned for their resolve and tenacity as warriors, coupled with their amazing ability as miners, engineers, and workers of metals. This has made them a valuable asset to the Imperium. To their eternal shame, many Squat strongholds and brotherhoods side with the insidious forces of chaos during the War of the Horus Heresy. Like the other followers of Horus, many of these Squat followers were banished into the Eye of Terror, but some rumors persists of isolated groups of Chaos Squats in various parts of the Imperium. It has even been rumored that some of the Squat strongholds which were lost to the warp storms of the Age of Isolation may have survived, their horribly mutated inhabitants raiding into the Imperium from time to time. Squat society was based on the social unity known as a stronghold. A stronghold may have been a surviving mining community from the original colonization of the Squat homeworlds, or a so-called new hold, founded when the Squats expanded during the later part of the Age of Isolation and the early part of the Age of Trade. Strongholds were self-contained autonomous communities ruled by a hereditary Squat lord and an aristocratic class known as the Hearth Guard. They were comparable to the city-states of early Terran cultures, and a great number of strongholds sometimes coexisted close together on the same world or in the same star system. Strongholds joined together into leagues for mutual defense, trade, and other dealings with the Imperium. A league often varied in size considerably. The League of Emberg, for instance, consisted of 4 strongholds, while the powerful Capellan League was comprised of over 3,000. Each league was ruled by a High Council, comprising the lords of each member stronghold. The High Council debated all matters which affected the league as a whole, and ratified trade and other agreements on behalf of its member strongholds. It also served as a court of appeals for cases which involved the death sentence. There was no form of organization between the leagues on any of the homeworlds, although they maintained constant communication and acted together in times of war. The Squat species was ultimately destroyed by the invasion of a Tyranid splinter hive fleet that consumed their homeworlds in the late 41st millennium, though some survivors still serve in the Imperial Guard, hoping for revenge and to find a new beginning for the remnant of their race. Those who were in the interior of the Imperium of Man during the attack remain alive and enraged, surely harboring a truly heroic grudge against the Tyranid hive mind. Squats carry strong grudges for millennia, and none so strong as that they bear for the Orcs, who betrayed the Squats on more than one occasion and inflicted many losses upon them in war. According to the former Games Workshop designer Jervis Johnson, the Squats will probably never be a major Warhammer 40k race again, rather remaining in the background of both the tabletop miniature wargame and the universe fiction. The cause of the removal is largely because Games Workshop designers eventually regretted transferring the Squats over to the Warhammer Fantasy, and never felt that the dwarf-like race really had a clear identity or fit very well in the Warhammer 40k universe, as it developed over the decades. Certain miniature companies have been producing space dwarf models, and some players have even converted the rules of Warhammer 40k to allow them to play, while another solution favored by fans is to field an Imperial Guard army made up of squat models, which is allowed under the current rules. Well, not the current rules. The Demiurg, a Xeno species currently allied with the Tau, are a revitalization of the Squat's original space dwarf concept. The Demiurg are an intelligent alien race of short, stocky humanoid traders and asteroid miners allied with the Tau Empire. The Demiurg reside on the far east fringe of the Milky Way galaxy, and are almost found less often deep in areas like the Ultima Segmentum. They are still an uncommon sight in the Imperium, despite the number of sightings of them having increased over recent centuries. They are almost purely spaceborne in their massive and majestic commerce vessels. Their history is unconfirmed, as are their origins, intentions, and current threat to others. Currently, it is unknown if the Demiurg are full members of the Tau Empire, allies, or mercenaries in their service. What is known is that they are involved heavily in commercial and economic relations with the Tau. The Demiurg appear to have no homeworlds, or at least have abandoned them in favor of spacecrafts. They are known to avoid Imperial space unless invited in, making them a very uncommon sight, and are described as defensively hostile and non-militaristic. The Demiurg are known to be organized in brotherhoods, though any further information on the numbers, political structure, economics, and military weight of the Demiurg Brotherhood is currently unknown, beyond the rumor that one brotherhood is typically present upon a given Bastion-class commercial vessel, and 2 to 3 on a given Stronghold-class commercial vessel. The Demiurg have a high level of technology invested in their vessels since they are required to perform a number of tasks. Stronghold-class vessels, for instance, are used as factories and processing units, whereas Bastion-class starships are more often configured for use in asteroid mining. Larger Demiurg vessels are largely automated and use electromagnetic fields to scoop up interstellar hydrogen, which is then compressed inside the vessel and ejected towards the rear, creating a form of fusion ramjet engines. The engines of the Demiurg starships are relatively slow in comparison to Imperial starships. However, the complex shielding the system requires and the beneficial side effect of its use are as of yet still unfathomed by the Adeptus Mechanicus. Aside from the development of ionic weapons, the Demiurg appeared to remodel a lot of their weapons from technology already developed for use in resource gathering and manufacturing. 2 examples of this on board their spacecraft are the cutting beam, which appears to have been adapted from high-powered lasers used to mine asteroids, and automated mining machines, which often reconfigured are launched as attack crafts against enemy ships. In the Tau lexicon, the Demiurg are known as Bentu Sin, which translates as wise gifted ones, which probably is an allusion to the Bentu Si from the Homeworld series of computer games. And those were 40 facts about the Squats and the Demiurg. When in reality it was only 31 facts. I wanted to squeeze in another race, but I started looking through all the races and I was like, no, each race deserves their own. So we're going to keep talking about different Xenos races within the Warhammer 40k universe. Comment down below and tell us which race you would want to hear about, other than the typical Tyranids and, the main races. Comment down below. We'll create videos for you guys. Subscribe to the channel so you can get those videos. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you for liking, commenting, and sharing. This was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you in the next one. Signing out.